Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. Because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
Imagine one of China's most beloved stars standing up against the very system that built him. And at the same time, a rising actress faces a crisis that could redefine her entire career. This is not just gossip. This is the kind of drama that can change the future of an entire industry. Welcome back to Update X24H, where today we dive deep into the storm-shaking Chinese entertainment. Lu Yuning's decision to break his silence and openly challenge the system marked one of the most striking moments in recent Chinese entertainment history. For years, he had been admired not only for his versatile acting and powerful voice as a singer, but also for his calm and diplomatic public image. Fans came to see him as someone who avoided conflict and rarely allowed controversy to overshadow his work. That is why his sudden shift in tone, delivered through a series of carefully constructed yet unmistakably critical posts on social media, felt like a thunderclap. It was not just another celebrity venting frustration. It was a deliberate stand, a public declaration that something deep within the industry had gone terribly wrong. Observers quickly realized that this was not a rash outburst, but the result of long-brewing tension. Digital analysts who reviewed his online activity noted a gradual change in his posts over several months. Hints of unease, subtle signs of frustration, until finally he reached a point where silence was no longer an option. The words he chose were veiled enough to avoid direct confrontation, yet they carried an unmistakable weight, like coded messages meant for those who understood the darker realities of the entertainment world. To his fans, this moment was both empowering and painful. It was empowering because their idol had chosen courage over comfort, speaking up for younger, more vulnerable artists who often lack the platform to defend themselves. It was painful because it revealed just how heavy the burdens must have been for someone usually so composed to take such a bold step. Industry insiders admitted they had rarely seen anything like it. One veteran described his protest as a direct challenge to the machinery that controls careers, contracts, and futures. The entertainment industry in China has long been known for its strict hierarchy and the immense power agencies hold over their stars. For a major figure to publicly question that order signals more than personal dissatisfaction, it hints at systemic cracks that can no longer be hidden. Ultimately, Lu Yuning's stand resonated not just as an individual act of defiance, but as a spark that could ignite broader change. It carried the emotions of frustration, courage, and hope all at once. Fans, colleagues, and even critics were forced to reckon with the idea that his protest might not simply be about one star's struggle, but about the future of how an entire industry treats its artists. Zhao Lusi's management crisis unfolded like a story no screenwriter could have written, and yet it was painfully real. At the height of her career, when she was loved across Asia for her lively performances in romantic dramas, the foundations beneath her professional life suddenly collapsed. The shock came not from a rival or a rumor, but from within her own circle of trust. Cool Entertainment, the agency tasked with guiding and protecting her career, filed formal accusations against her personal manager, the very person fans believed was closest to her. The charges spoke of unauthorized decisions, interference in sensitive negotiations, and potential violations that went beyond professional boundaries. For Zhao Lusi, this was more than a conflict over paperwork. It was the unraveling of stability, the betrayal of trust, and a threat to the future she had worked tirelessly to build. What made the crisis so unsettling was the unprecedented nature of it. Industry veterans admitted that agencies almost never expose their own managers in such a public way. For Cool Entertainment to take the drastic step of reporting her manager to authorities meant that something extraordinary had taken place behind closed doors. Whispers circulated of projects promised without approval, of endorsements mishandled, of financial irregularities that could no longer be ignored. To outsiders, it might have looked like a cold business dispute, but to her fans it felt personal. They had watched Zhao Lusi rise with warmth, talent, and resilience, only to see her caught in a storm that she never asked for. The confusion spread quickly. Was she a victim of betrayal? Was she caught in a tug-of-war between power and control? Or was she being used as a pawn in a larger game of agency politics? Her crisis struck a nerve because it exposed the fragile reality of stardom. For many young actresses, their futures rest not only on talent or popularity, but on the strength of their management structure. A breakdown at that level can mean losing roles, losing endorsements, or even losing the trust of fans who crave certainty. For Zhao Lusi, the timing was cruel. Just as she was stepping into her prime, she was forced to confront the possibility of a career-threatening scandal. Yet within this chaos, there was also a quiet strength. The way she carried herself, silent but steadfast, hinted at resilience. Her fans, though worried, rallied around her, sending messages of support and demanding clarity. The crisis revealed not just the fragility of the entertainment system, but also the loyalty of those who believe in her. In the end, Zhao Lusi's management meltdown became more than a legal dispute. It was a reminder of how precarious and human the life of a star truly is. The simultaneous crises surrounding Lu Yuning and Zhao Lusi revealed something far larger than individual struggles. They illuminated the fragility and flaws of an entire system. For years, the Chinese entertainment industry has been celebrated for producing stars who rise quickly and dominate screens across Asia. Yet beneath the glamour lies a structure built on contracts, control, and constant pressure. The events that place these two beloved figures at the center of public attention force people to confront uncomfortable truths: that the machinery driving fame is as fragile as it is powerful, and that its foundations may now be under serious threat. Lu Yuning's protest was never just about his personal grievances. His cryptic words hinted at a broader reality where young artists are often trapped in agreements they cannot escape, where their creativity is stifled by commercial demands, and where silence is the unspoken rule. His decision to speak was like pulling back a curtain, offering the public a glimpse of a system that thrives on discipline and compliance, but rarely on fairness. At almost the same moment, Zhao Lusi's management scandal exposed another crack, this time highlighting the conflict between personal loyalty and corporate authority. The very idea that an agency would turn against one of its managers so publicly suggested that the traditional bonds of trust and protection were breaking down. Together, these stories painted a bigger picture, an industry struggling with its own contradictions. On one hand, it depends on its stars to shine brightly, to project perfection, and to keep fans engaged. On the other, it subjects those same stars to a rigid web of rules and decisions often made without their consent. The controversies revealed that beneath the dazzling lights, artists may carry silent battles against structures that demand obedience more than they allow individuality. The fact that these cracks appeared not with newcomers, but with established, successful figures like Lu Yuning and Zhao Lusi, made it even more alarming. If even the brightest names are vulnerable, how many others remain voiceless? The bigger picture is not simply scandal, it is transformation. Fans, brands, and even legal experts have begun asking if this is the moment for reform. Could this double crisis force the industry to re-examine its practices, to treat artists not as commodities but as individuals with rights, dignity, and creative freedom? The storm may be unsettling, but perhaps it is also necessary. Sometimes, only when a system is under fire can the possibility of change begin to emerge. Fan reactions and emotional impact. The response online has been explosive. Lu Yuning's fans launched global hashtags to protect their idol. Zhao Lusi's supporters expressed deep concern, begging for clarity about her future projects. Neutral audiences, they're hooked on the drama, comparing it to a real-life blockbuster, with twists that no screenwriter could invent. What's fascinating here is the range of emotions: shock, sympathy, excitement, and even fear. People are not only following a scandal, they're connecting emotionally to the artist's struggle for dignity and fairness. Unseen consequences. Behind the scenes, brands are reevaluating partnerships, stock prices of associated companies have already shifted, and agencies are quietly auditing their contracts. Some analysts predict this could reshape how celebrity management is handled for years to come. And here's a new angle few are discussing. What if this moment empowers younger artists to demand better treatment? What if fans worldwide push for greater transparency? This controversy might just become the catalyst for lasting change, a ripple effect far beyond one actor or one actress. So what do you think? Is this the beginning of a new era for Chinese entertainment, or just another fleeting scandal? One thing is certain. The courage of Lu Yuning and the crisis surrounding Zhao Lusi have already left millions talking, questioning, and hoping for something better. Thank you for watching Update X24H. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support means the world and helps us bring you more stories from the heart of global entertainment. Stay tuned, because this story is only just beginning.